be, and that's
really?
why. Well, yeah, because and that's why and Wilds can get annoyed with the way the way my brain works on these things. Where 90 seconds in, I'm like, is this good for the Packers?
I don't think hold on a second, honey. In Green Bay, what's Nick Wright have to say about our cap?
No, but I just try to be fair.
No, I know.
If the breaking news was the day before the Eagles game, Jerry Jones has signed Micah Parsons to 4 years, $188 million, we would all be saying Jerry got worked. 100%. We would be saying
why?
What?
We would be saying it because we don't think, even with Micah Parsons, we didn't even think the Cowboys were making the playoffs with Micah Parsons. For Green Bay, they got a legit chance to win the Super Bowl now.
So, okay, fair. If that's if that's the argument, and that's what
you
it is,
would tend to agree with that. I would
sure.
think.
Yeah. No. I mean, listen. I
there.
think he's arguably the best defensive player in the sport.
Well, and I'm surprised you feel that way about the contract, though. Like, he's 3 years younger and 4 years younger. I forget. Right, 3 years younger than Myles Garrett, 4 years younger than T.J. Watt. This isn't like a crazy overpay.
No.
Contractually.
You know how it works. I mean, somebody's going to get more eventually.
If T.J. Watt got $42 million a year at 30 why is $47 million a year at 26 a big overpay?
Can I switch and just talk about, like, I think we glossed over, like, a huge story in the sports world, and you kind of just, like, buried it. You're like, oh, the Cowboys are punting on the year. It's like America's team and Jerry is having a reset year. They're opening up the season. Like, is there a chance this is some sort of addition by subtraction? I don't know, but it just seems crazy that America's team is
They're going to have to try to be the Bengals.
Yeah.
Greg brought it up earlier in the Bud list. That's their only hope is we're going to outscore everybody. They got two great receivers. They got a quarterback that can put up yards. He's not Joe Burrow. I don't think it's going to work. I'm just saying that is their only hope. Because the thing is, the initial thought is, okay, they're no longer even remotely close to contending for a Super Bowl. Why do I need Dak Prescott at $60 million a year?
Yeah,
that's why it doesn't make sense.
So is there also this angle to it, KW? Because we said when the Schefter news first came out 2 hours ago, and it was like, oh man, the Cowboys are actually open to a trade. It said that the Buffalo Bills need to be on the phone. Is there an element of why did the Packers do this and not the team? The Packers haven't been close for a long time. The Packers haven't been banging on the door and falling off. Like, why?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Just a few years ago that Rodgers were there and they were.
Oh,
you know
yes,
what I mean?
but correct.
And then 2 years ago they got fairly. They won a playoff game.
Yeah, they got to round two. My point is, like, if this was a good deal for Green Bay, like, why? I'm interested in how this lands at Josh Allen's desk. How this lands at mostly Josh Allen more than Lamar or Joe. But you know what I mean? Like
Joe Burrow, Jared Goff. I mean, they're willing to trade him in the NFC. The Detroit Lions, who have the second most cap space in the NFL, obviously could have afforded to do this for Micah Parsons. Listen, I wouldn't do it. History says trading multiple first-round picks, and I assume there's more coming there, and the biggest contract ever, it doesn't age well. Jalen Ramsey won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and he was still gone 2 years later. Now, they won the Super Bowl, so obviously they're thrilled with it. But it did not work for the Bears with Khalil Mack. It certainly did not work for Seattle with Jamal Adams.
But don't you think, look, Adams as a safety, that's a lot different as far as a position. And then the Bears, you said they weren't close at that point.
But it's also stunning that the Packers don't have the easy button of, but we're not paying our quarterback. Like Washington. You know what I mean? Washington, to me, is an interesting one because it's like, oh, the quarterback's super cheap.
But the quarterback.
The fact that they traded him within the NFC means, like, San Francisco could have been in on it. Like, everyone, maybe they wouldn't have done the NFC East. And by the way, here are the full terms. Cowboys get 2 firsts and Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark. So, yeah. I mean, Kenny Clark's
a good player.
Excellent interior defensive lineman. If you're Dallas, though, too, just shows like more reactionary than proactive. If you were willing to do this,
you have to do it before the draft.
You have to do it before the draft. What pick was Matthew Golden? 18? 19? Like you could have selected
18, yeah.
You could have had your young defensive player for this year, and then no one is saying you're punting on the season. Like, apologies, I don't remember the exact draft order, but like Jalen Walker, right? Like you could have taken a pass rusher.
Well, and
you could have taken a young
you
defensive
wouldn't
player.
be receiving the pick from a team that just had a year of Micah.
That's right.
You know what I
Correct.
mean? Like the pick is likely better before they get to actually play with Micah Parsons.
But we know this wasn't plan A because they were willing to pay him. So this was a reaction. And like I said, to me, it's feeling clear that Mulligetta and Micah were like, this is our number. If you're not coming here, then trade us.
Yeah.
And Jerry wasn't willing to go that high.
I mean, I think Kenny Clark is worth a third-round pick. So it's like they got 2 firsts and the equivalent of a third, but the third's a player. It is the Cowboys now. I'll say it again.
It's not the Herschel Walker.
No, it's not Howie Long. What he said.
But shout out to Howie Long for kind of
seeing that this really could happen. And live from Montana, Howie Long saw this clearer than us.
Brew, you're the Jordan Love guy. To me, this feels like a big, like, go ahead, Jordan Love. Like, we're supporting you. Are you feeling better about your guy in Green Bay now?
Man, I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna be honest. I'll just share a little something.
Go ahead.
I was going to pick Detroit out of the NFC to get to the Super Bowl.
changing.
I'm not saying who I'm picking now. I will say that tomorrow. I was gonna pick Detroit. We'll see if I still do, but
I gotta say, picking Green Bay to finish 4th.
It doesn't feel great. No.
Predictions week is
come on.
the domino effect of predictions week is all we get to redo.
Picking Dallas to finish last in the NFC East feels great.
Yeah,
I mean that.
The rules are the rules. You got Green Bay finishing last.
I'm shocked that Dallas. I'm shocked that Dallas 7 days before opening up the season. And we probably had this all wrong. We were like, you know what? It's going to get done. Jerry likes the heat of the warmth of the spotlight. It's, milk it out, sign them. Boom, Micah's in the building. And they go for a full reset. And a week from today, I think
it's a $60 million quarterback.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be an odd day where the Eagles drop a banner and the Cowboys like, we're kind of
a $60 million quarterback with a no-trade clause. That's the other part of this that I find so interesting. Typically, the reason you want a bunch of first-round picks is so you have capital to go get your quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, now, obviously, first-round picks are good for a bunch of reasons. But if the Cowboys wanted to move off Dak, that's not their decision. Mm-hmm. So, like, they do get cheaper and they do get younger and they do have other holes to fill. And also, the Packers clearly think they're closer than I thought they were. Like that, I thought Buffalo, you know what I mean, a team that had been right there.
Dallas should have just signed him to this contract. Well, it's a perfectly reasonable contract.
Were they making the playoffs?
In the next few years.
Coming up next, Greg Jennings is trying to go through his locker to get his Packers jersey. He'll be out in 3 minutes for more breaking news. Micah to the Packers.
Woo-wee!
That's a